in the Disaster Recovery Reform Act, we added a provision to it that said that hazard mitigation grant program funds can be used to fund a portion of authorized Corps of Engineer projects. As you well know, the process for going through the studying, the chief's report, the authorization of a Corps of Engineer project is the most tortured process in the federal government. There's economic analysis, there's environmental analysis, there are technical feasibility assessments that are done. I'll say it again, the most tortured projects in the federal government, most tortured project development and delivery process. These projects have to meet positive cost to benefit ratio, have to ensure appropriate environmental standards, and obviously technical feasibility. Yet for years, in fact for decades, rather than allowing communities to use their hazard mitigation grant program funds to help fund Corps projects that were unfunded, if that was the highest priority in the community, we had a prohibition in place. Thankfully, in 2018, we did fix that problem on a bipartisan basis. In that same bill, we helped create the BRIC program. This underlying bill takes the law from 6% of previous year disaster funds and increases it to 15% of previous year disaster funds to make those grants available for pre-disaster mitigation, previously referred to it as PDM funds. What this bill would do, or what this amendment would do, it simply applies the same fix we did to the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program to the BRIC program. The reason that's important, Madam Chair, this committee has jurisdiction over the Corps of Engineers. As you all know, there are some estimates that indicate we have up to $100 billion in Corps backlog projects that are authorized by this committee but unfunded. Why would we allow for an impediment or the inability of communities to use these funds to draw down the backlog of Corps projects, but most importantly, to make investments in the best projects in their community to improve resiliency? So this is parity with what we've done with Hazard Mitigation Grant Program. I think it's complementary to this bill, it's complementary to the mission of this committee, and it's complementary to the best use of taxpayer funds by ensuring that they're gonna get a return on investment, not as the current Hazard Mitigation Grant Programs, and in some cases, pre-disaster mitigation allows, where somebody like Congressman Davis with zero expertise could just sketch or even Mr. Perry, could sketch on the back of an envelope a bad idea, submit it, and get the thing funded and move forward. So, Madam Chair, seriously, this is a good amendment. I think it's common sense, and I want to thank Congressman Sears of New Jersey for working with us and co-sponsoring this amendment.